Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler for you series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there and try out food and drink items. I eat stuff and drink stuff, then, folks. I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. This is also my dinner, so let's hope for the best, because if it sucks, then, then it's a crappy video and I don't get anything good out of it. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Happens to be my Unshaven Comics shirt. Hooray, Unshaven Comics. What is Unshaven Comics? I hear you proclaim that. Well, first of all, just watch more of my videos, because I've worn this shirt a few times already. But Unshaven Comics, they are a trio of individuals who years ago went over there and decided to pull their collective talents and form their own independent comic book company, hence Unshaven Comics. Originally, they're out of Homewood, Illinois. These days, they're split a little bit, but two of the three members are still there. And I became aware of these guys basically when I went to my first big comic book convention. I was actually going around and pitching my own idea for a comic to anybody, and I ended up in Artist Alley, and I ended up chatting with their sales representative, a guy named Kyle. This is Kyle. And Kyle was a super nice guy. He gave me their card, and then, I ended up going over there and seeing them at other conventions and stuff, and it turned out they were super nice guys, and we ended up becoming friends, and they're really cool guys. So I love this shirt. It's super cool. And if you happen to be interested at all in any of their stuff, trust me, I'd be more than happy to point you in the right direction, because I think their output is awesome. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Well, like I said, this is basically my dinner, because I woke up, took a nap, woke up, and was like, I'm hungry, and I can't be fucked to, make food for myself. Let's just go get some fast food. And it turned out that I had some stuff that I could review from, Wendy's! But what am I reviewing from Wendy's? Well, this happens to be their Salted Caramel Frosty. And if you watch my channel, I've reviewed a number of their Frosty flavors, and basically they go over there and they sub out their vanilla flavor for a flavor of the month, or, flavor of the season, or whatever. This is their new salted caramel. And I'm doing this while wearing this shirt specifically because Kyle happens to be a big fan of Wendy's, and so I've kind of decided this is going to be my Wendy's shirt, provided that I remember to do it. But let's go ahead, get the thing out. Ooh, that tasted good. And then let's do a thing for the thing here. And kind of do it like this. We'll kind of ha 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 ha. Let's try a thing. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. I like this one. Damnable beard hair. Yeah, okay. So, like I said, I have reviewed a number of the Frosties, like the alternate ones they've done in. I did their mixed berry, their pumpkin spice, what have you. And the thing is, they're very hit or miss for me. None of them have been bad, to be fair. But they tend, I don't want to say tend, but it's about 50-50 as to whether or not I'm really going to be that invested in them, because a lot of them seem to be kind of underwhelming. They're not bad, but fundamentally they are layering it on top of that vanilla, and I have even reviewed their vanilla Frosty, because I actually like their vanilla Frosty. I kind of wish they would stop, subbing it out. But I do like that they do these seasonal things. But again, a lot of them are just kind of meh. I don't really feel like they're really pushing anything. With this, not the case. This has a really nice flavor to it that it doesn't feel... It feels like the perfect amount of salt caramel flavor, where it's not too much that it's like, aggressive or abrasive in its flavor, but at the same time, it's not like, again, some of the other ones I've had in the past where it's like, it's just too light, and it's almost ethereal. It's like pretty much dead down the middle as to where I would like it to be. I could actually do with for maybe a little bit more, but like, it's splitting hairs. And here's the thing. I'll tell you exactly what this tastes like and why it made me so happy when I first went over there and tried it. It tastes like butterscotch pudding. And I did not realize until I went over there and tasted that how long it had been since I'd had butterscotch pudding and how much I missed it. Like, to the extent where I'm not going to do it today because I'm pretty much near the end of my day as is. I at some point in the near future, I'm going to have to go out and get myself some butterscotch pudding because, yeah. Because, yeah, it's that blend of the caramel with that somewhat salted flavor. I will say the salted flavor, well, with it being in a Frosty format, isn't exactly like jumping out at you, but you're definitely getting something that's attached to that caramel flavor that instead of, again, being just a straight caramel flavor, almost gives it kind of a butterscotch kind of taste. Not a strong butterscotch flavor, mind you, but like, I would say it tastes more like butterscotch than it does like a caramel. It even has a little bit of a bite, like you would get from a butterscotch, but not to the extent that, from a proper butterscotch. I really like this. I think it is super duper tasty. All right, well, 2 questions have to be asked, though. Would I get this again? Would I recommend it? I have to go with yes and yes. I mean, it is, again, a seasonal thing, so yeah, I don't know if it'll be out of here by the end of November or if they'll stick with it, to the end of the year or whatever. Usually, probably not. They'll probably do like a mint one or some Christmassy kind of thing for December, but I really like that. Like that, I would put that up there as being one of the best Frosty flavors that I think they've done. So, if I can get in before it drops out, I'm definitely going to get it again. But would I recommend it? Yeah, like I said, I would still recommend that. I think that it's got a nice flavor to it. I think it's unique enough that, again, it doesn't feel just kind of tossed out there. Which, again, I feel like some of the flavors have been very unimpressive for me. Not bad, but just meh. This isn't one of those. I like this one. Mind you, if you're not into salted caramel, if you're not into, kind of butterscotchy flavors, this probably won't be for you. But otherwise, I would say give this one a go. Maybe get a small one. See where it takes you. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there themselves a truly butterscotch-tastic rest of your life. Because I like butterscotch. It's good. It's not for everybody, but. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what of the flavors, if you've tried any of the seasonal, variants of Frosty, have impressed you or been your personal favorites? Which have been the ones that, frankly, you just didn't give a shit about? Like I said, for me personally, I certainly have not hit every single one that's come out, during the course of the year. Typically, for me, it's a question of what's going to be the most convenient situation for me to go to. Like, am I going to Wendy's for something else? And is the flavor interesting enough for me to make the trek? So, but I'd be interested to hear what you have to say. Anyway,